Happy Friday. You've gotten a few emails from Chalice this week with a couple more coming tomorrow. So I wanted to bring three things to your attention, echoing what you've already read. So you got a serious note from our board president, Tom Karlstrom, and a follow-up from our vice president, Kate Vereb, about our challenges with our budgeting in the coming year and alerting you that the pledge drive is coming up. It hasn't started yet, but the board is having some listening sessions, and this is a time to ask questions and raise concerns you have to board and coordinating team members. So both of those emails, the one from Tom on Wednesday, the one from Kate today, have links to sign up for the different sessions at different times. Many of them are on Zoom, and I think there's a couple in person. And I hope you'll take advantage of these times. The board would really like to hear from you. And whatever happens with the pledge drive, when June comes and it's time to approve the budget, I think you want to go in, for those of you who are members and who can vote, you want to go in feeling like you're informed and that you had been involved and engaged from early on in the process. So that's the first one. The second reminder is that this Sunday we're returning to two services on Sunday morning, 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. The 9 a.m. service will be streaming. So for those of you who like to enjoy the service online, 9 o'clock is the start time. We have childcare at both services for those of you who are in person. And this Sunday is a multi-gen service, so there aren't religious education classes, but on other Sundays, the children's RE classes are also during the 9 o'clock service. So children start in the service and then they leave to go to classes. But not this Sunday, because it's a multi-generational service. So we're all invited to be in the worship space and time together. Although again, childcare is always available if your young person prefers to be playing in the nursery or on the playground rather than being in worship with you. So the third thing, which hasn't come out by email yet, but it's a message for all of us, but especially those of you who will be online on Sunday. Because it's multi-generational Sunday, this is when we do things that aren't necessarily so sermon focused. As a reminder, this Sunday is inspired by the teachings and the work of Mr. Rogers and his invitation to us to know our neighbors and in our neighborhood. So a part of the service, we're going to look for someone in the service that to talk with. And for those of you online, you're going to be sorted into breakout rooms, which we haven't done, I don't think, during a Sunday service before. So we used to do that for online coffee hour a lot. If you do not want to participate in that, of course, in person or online, you never have to do anything in worship that you don't want to do. So we'll go over those instructions on Sunday morning, but you don't have to go into a breakout room. But I wanted to give people a little heads up because I know, especially those of you watching online, many of you don't turn your cameras on and maybe you're, cooking in the kitchen or doing other things. So we'll remind you of this stuff on Sunday morning too. But this is a good chance if you haven't, we hope you'll turn your videos on. You don't have to. You can just turn on your microphone so you can be heard. But if you haven't, made it to our online coffee hour, this might be a good time to try because you'll have a little question. It'll just be a few minutes, a question to talk about together, and then we'll go back to the rest of the service the way we usually do. So I don't like to be surprised by things, so I always like to give people a heads up. Might email a reminder out tomorrow to those of you who usually worship online. And I'm going to send out a reminder about the 9 and 11 services, so I might add it in there too. So just a lot of hustly bustly this week. I hope you've managed to get outside and enjoy some of the beautiful weather we're finally having today. And I hope to see you Sunday morning. Blessings and love to you. Take care.